Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jordana Daytona and I'm going to guide you through some yoga today. Today you might need a block and a bolster, more or less the block. We're going to do a lot of opening within the hips and the lower back and side body. So if you're having any lower back pain, or perhaps you're moving into your menstrual cycle or you're in your luteal phase, feeling more back tension and cramping, this might be a great space to relieve that. First, we're going to start by taking a wide-legged child's pose like I'm showing you here, just to ground and center in. So on your inhale, let's focus on expanding that breath into our back body. So inhale, expand in the abdomen, ribs, chest, pause and hold. And exhale, letting go. Doing that a few more breaths here. Inhaling nice and deep through the nose. And exhaling. You might start to move your hands a little bit. I'm coming up onto my fingertips just to create more space in my back. Just focusing on your breathing as you walk your hands over to the left, getting to the right side body for a few breaths here, and then walking over to the right. You might start to tune into that Ujjayi's Yogi's breath here, where you breathe in through the nose, and the exhale, you're going to hold a slight constriction out through the nose. Embodying a little bit of that deep hum sensation. Next, we're going to come up onto all fours and just letting that belly drop down. And as you inhale, you draw navel into your spine. And exhale, letting that abdomen fully drop down, moving into cat-cow. I like to tuck my toes. You can leave your toes flat. And as you inhale, dropping your abdomen, pulling your chest back. As you exhale, arching and rounding the spine, finding that angry kitty. Just moving through that cat-cow flow. We're going to take this flow a little bit further, and it'll get into your hips and a little bit more spaces that maybe you haven't created before. So I'm placing it under my right knee to start, and you kind of want to have it stacked, still keeping hips over knees, shoulders over wrist, and just moving through the same cat-cow flow. Notice my toes here, how I'm kind of standing up on my right toes. We're just going to keep that flow with abdomen dropping, and then draw navel into spine, cat-cow flow, and just feel the difference within your back, within your side body. You might even start wagging your hips side to side if that feels calling to you, or taking a wider stance and noticing what that feels like for you to move into that. So still connecting with your breath. Inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, rounding. Right here, I'm actually starting to wag. This is new for me to do the voiceover, but I'm excited to try something new with you. So continuing your breath, inhaling and exhaling, finding that cat-cow flow with the staggered leg. Then we're going to move that block out to the side and just take a moment and sit back into a child's pose. You can take a couple regular cat-cows before coming down, or just find that recenter in your child's pose. Take a few big breaths here. Inhale and exhale. I am just standing up on my knees for a little counteraction pose and really focusing on that core activation. Inhale, feeling, perhaps placing your hands on your abdomen, and exhale, just watching that expansion, that closing with your near abdomen. You might inhale, reach your hands up into cactus arms, find a little arm activation as you inhale, opening the heart, exhale, almost closing, and inhale, opening the arms, and exhale, closing them in. Stepping back down into our cat-cow flow, just finding that recenter as you inhale and exhale here. Then we're going to move into staggering over that block on the left knee. So same thing, you might notice on the last side, it might feel a little bit different compared to this side, and that's completely okay, as our left and our right aren't always super equal. Nothing wrong with that, so you find what works. I'm showing you here, I'm doing different variations with planting on my wrist. You can go side to side, or placing your fingers back towards your knees, just noticing what feels good for your wrist and taking breaks as you need to. But we're almost done with this little cat-cow flow series here. So just finding your breath and finding your flow as you inhale and exhale, moving through and feeling what that feels like perhaps within your hips, maybe even within your tailbone, your coccyx, and where the muscles and the bones meet. Our hips store a lot of stress and tension, so this is a great space to release, to let go, and to kind of invite that rich, fresh, oxygenated blood into areas where maybe we don't get every day. Here I'm doing nice big hip circles, so that might feel good for you to move into big hip circles and just releasing within your hips and your back. Beautiful. Taking a few more big breaths here in your nose. Maybe out your mouth. Beautiful. If and when you're ready, we're going to move that block out to the side. We're just going to take a couple cat-cows to fully reset and reintegrate both the left and the right side body. And taking a nice relaxing child's pose as you see fit. And I'm just rotating my wrists out here, so that might feel good to rotate your wrist or stretch your arms a little bit before we move into our next flow. If and when you're ready, planting your hands and gently pushing yourself up, coming onto all fours, then finding a down dog. That down dog, your hips are about, or your feet are about hip width apart. Hands, you kind of want to point them towards the corners of your mat, just slightly, pushing into all 10 finger pads, really bending your knees. Get generous here. I let my knees fall right into my abdomen fall right into my legs, just to allow that extra support. Then when you're ready, let's step it forward, finding a forward fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your head up last. Inhale, hands overhead. Then exhale, you might bring them home to heart center. Beautiful. Take a grounding breath here. Inhale, let's do those cactus arms, and exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, if and when you're ready, we're going to step or bring up that left foot, knee up, balancing on the right foot, maybe a little bit higher. Then exhale when you're ready. We're going to step it back into a high lunge. So you're high on the back toes. I don't show you here, but if it doesn't feel good, plant that back foot. This might be a lot on your ankles, but we're focusing on that front hip flexor and that core activation. So you think of everything coming into center, even the ribs. So focusing on that hip flexor stretch. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to find a little humble fold here. So you might bring your hands behind you or keep them at your heart center, or maybe moving right into a version of a humble warrior. Then inhale, hands reach up above our head, and exhale, hands to heart center. Then we're going to simply step that back foot forward. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, plant that knee down. Find a Tadasana. Let's spread your feet apart. Big breath in your feet. And exhale through your feet. Strong body, strong mind. Beautiful. Focus that energy down to that left foot. Now let's inhale that right foot up. Holding here, and then we'll step back into that high lunge. Nice and easy and slow. You're high on the back toes, or either planting that back foot. Being sure to draw navel into spine. Nice core activation. You're not flaring the ribs. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, settle here into your strong body. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart center on your exhale. Inhale, let's forward fold as you exhale. Maybe settle into a bit of a humble warrior in this high lunge. Inhale, find strength in your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. We're going to rise up on your next inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, to your hips as you step that back foot forward. High knee for just a brief moment and plant those feet. Settle in here. On your next breath, inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Bending those knees. Let the abdomen fall into your knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift, strong number 7. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe planting your hands to the block that supports your fold here. Here for a few more breaths. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, hands reach up above our head. Exhale, we're going to move into a bit of side body, moving into those side lateral ribs, cactus arms on your exhale. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, maybe grabbing one wrist over the other, pulling over to the other side, just gently pulling. Now we're going to focus on crossing that foot over. So inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, maybe you're crossing that left foot over and leaning over towards the other side, or the right foot, whatever is calling to you here. Just make sure you alternate. Inhale back to center. I like to do cactus arms a lot, as you can tell. Then when you're ready, exhale to the other side, creating space and length in each of those intercostal ribs, which is that squishy spot between each bone. Beautiful in your rib cage. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful, finding that cactus arm flow. Strong scapula, strong shoulders. Beautiful. When you're ready, exhale, forward folding. Beautiful. Coming back to the top of your mat. Maybe you're already there. Inhale. Then exhale. Let's step that left foot back. Coming into a lunge, a low lunge here. We're going to do a little lunge series. Inhale. You're going to rise up. And I will just forewarn you that I did not remember what I did from one side to the other, so they might look a little different. We're going to do just a nice side body bend, both sides. Hands can be up in prayer in your heart center, prayer above your head, or maybe creating that yogi gun. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, just moving through left to right. Beautiful. Finding that cactus arms. We're going to move into a little bit of a twist. So grabbing that block, maybe reaching up that other arm. Perfect. So finding a variation of this side body opener, a bit of a twist. You might have your hand on the floor, on the block, whatever feels best for you. And then if you feel called to it, you might reach up or towards that back foot, or even just doing the most of flexing those toes up. You're going to create a different stretch in your hamstring and your hip flexor. Then we're going to tilt back towards that runner's lunge or that half splits, pulling toes to nose or toes towards the ceiling. Then coming forward back into that lunge and step it forward all the way into that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soft knees, rooting to rise all the way up, right home to your heart center. Beautiful. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Well, maybe a little bit different on this side. Forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, you might find that half lift. And then exhale, we're going to step back into our other low lunge. So just dropping right down onto your knee, creating cushion under your knee if you need to. When you're ready, we're going to rise up into that high-low lunge here. So hands might reach above head or just at heart center. Just soft with the shoulders and the ears, and just gently find one breath. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center, then exhale, tilt to the other side. Beautiful. So I'm doing a cactus arm flow here. I forgot I was recording class, to be completely honest. And we're going to be doing back to our regular low lunge here. And then we're going to pivot right back into that runner's lunge. I think we will end with a twist. So toes to nose or toes up towards ceiling, just to create that extra stretch. Just keeping yourself planted here for one more breath. Then grabbing that block if you liked it for that twist on the other side. Planting hand to block, other hand reaches up. Be mindful of your shoulder mobility. Your hand doesn't need to reach all the way up. Even parallel to your body or parallel to the floor is perfect. If you did try on the other side, maybe perhaps you're reaching back, maybe you're pointing the toes, or maybe you're flexing the toes here just to create a different stretch within your leg. Beautiful. If and when you're ready, yogi, let's find ourselves all the way back up into that that forward fold. Beautiful. Relax the spine. Inhale, half lift, strong body. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to root to rise all the way up, right home into our heart center. We're going to do a little side body twist, side body stretch, side to side. We're going to do a little cactus arms with a little upper body twist. So reaching your hands up and over and just twisting to each side. Beautiful. Coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, finding that half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back onto our knees and right back into a child's pose. I'm grabbing my bolster because I just want to fully surrender into this and let my back kind of be open. Let my abdomen feel somewhat supported. And adjust here. We're going to end our class. So let's take a few big cleansing breaths. Let's breathe in our nose. Out your mouth. A few more times. In your nose. Out your nose or your mouth. And just take a few moments just to rest, just to be. There's no rush. Thank you for joining me today.